season, like it's almost the same old story that we've seen before.
Yeah. So I thought, apart from never felt uncomfortable, apart from a 10-minute spell where they scored, or we were trying to get the subs on, because you could see like one or two were flagging a little bit, and we were desperately trying to make the subs. But then, aside from that, never felt for. Knew they were going to have possession. But aside from that, never felt uncomfortable. And then we've had enough opportunities on the counter and on turnovers for it to fall our way rather than go Exeter's way.
In that 10-minute spell, did it feel inevitable that somebody was coming because you just could not get out at all?
Not inevitable. We were trying to make the changes. Josh had just had treatment. Will Ferry had an ankle, and Ben was. And we were just trying to find out. We had to give them 2 or 3. We obviously couldn't take all 3 of them off, so we had to give them 2 or 3 minutes to find out if they were going to be able to play through it. I think as soon as we were able to make the changes, we've been able to stem the tide. We were probably 30 seconds wrong side of it.
How do you evaluate the performance overall then?
Like I said, I think apart from a 10-minute spell, it's difficult because I understand where we are at the minute. So it puts extra emphasis on everything. But this might sound really stupid, if we'd have won against Barnsley and come in and done the same performance, you'd understand the setup, and you'd be thinking it's well organised, looked a threat on the counter. When you lose the game and we are where we are, it's difficult for me to turn around and say it's 10 minutes away from being a good away performance.
What we've said before about the inability to score a goal, the inability to is putting more and more pressure on the defence, and they really have to be hands to the pump at times today.
Yeah, and you can see. I think. No, I'm not stupid. They're going to ask me about goals. It's the obvious thing that's on everyone's minds at the minute. But like I said, we're set up with enough attacking players on the pitch. You can see that we do enough work on the attacking play. I think you can also see that we've got forwards at the minute who are desperately short of confidence, and that's something that you can't magic up and give them that. They're just going to have to, unfortunately, it's a tough place for them to be, but they're just going to have to keep working through it and be brave enough to keep putting themselves in areas where one is going to bounce to them and they can bobble one in. That's the gripe at times, is that there are balls in the box, but
is it bravery? Is it throwing yourself in there to try and get on the end of something?
I don't know. I don't know if it's. Got to be careful. If I turn around and say it's bravery, there's a real, So I'm not. I think it's just, mindset of that they just keep having to. They're going to have to be bold enough to just keep putting themselves in there. There's a number of times balls have gone in the box, or we've had chances, or there's some play that are crying out for someone to get on the end of it. It's have to be brave enough to keep putting themselves on the line.
You're trying the 3-4-3. You've tried the 3-5-2. Is there anything else you can try? Is that another way to do it? I'm just trying to think of a way to change the pattern.
Well, that's the immediate question you ask yourself. Like after the game, we go to a back four and we start playing. Is it because we're a back four, or is it because of the goal? It's I think that's happened a few times. I think when we've gone behind, all of a sudden, when you've got nothing to lose, lads start playing a little bit more.
Or is that because the opposition are sitting in, maybe? And
so if I knew that, but
it's a different. I guess.
But you look at the makeup of the squad now. We've got a lot of people who can play in a front three. So we're quite heavy in those areas. lighter in one or two areas, which is, 3-4-3. Gets us another attacking player on the pitch. To be honest, I think we've looked. I think the system's actually Portsmouth, Barnsley, Exeter, 3 teams that are all going well. We played against them. There's not been the systems looked okay against them, but if there's anything else that we can try, then be sure that we'll try it.
I have to ask this question because obviously the fans aren't happy. Obviously a lot of the away fans weren't happy after today. Are you confident that you can turn this round?
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I know it's about results. Like ultimately, it's cliche, but it's a results-orientated business. But the work we do on a day-to-day, you can see it's really good. You can see the team are organised. You can see the team are working hard. You can see they're together. If you're looking at loads and loads of different indicators, there are lots and lots of indicators that speak really well of the work that we're doing. The ultimate indicator is results, and I get that there come a point where you're gonna be judged on that.
Because you've always said, the players' performances and leave the results to me, and the results obviously at the moment aren't satisfactory, are they?
No, and I think Barnsley scored last minute against us when we were chasing, but like we're losing games 1-0. Like the margins are so fine, and it's my job now to keep the players, make sure that they keep a sense of perspective, make sure they can see, we've come away to top of the league. I don't think there's a gulf. I don't think there's a chasm. They've obviously got a little bit more, they're buoyant at the minute. They're playing with a lot of confidence. We have to somehow slowly try and get that mindset into us.
Don't get any easier, Peterborough on Tuesday night. What can you change? What can you look at between now and then?
Yeah, well, we've had the game's come around so quick. We've watched quite a lot of Peterborough up to this point. We'll have a look at them against Orient today. Got an idea of them and what they're about. We'll obviously have to assess the bodies, see where people are at. But we've got to go there again, and I think it's but we've got to go there again, and it's give another spirited performance. All right, things are going against us, but as long as we're working and we're.
Is the spirit still there with the players?
I think the easiest way to judge it is is the performances. Like, are they working for each other? Are they, none of them coming off with a lot left in their legs. They're giving absolutely everything they've got on the pitch.
Okay, thanks, Wade.
Thank you.